Hi, Google. Hi, Google. Oh boy. Go away. Never mind.
Sure, I'll stop.
Hi, BookTube. I'm here today with a Friday Reads. Yeah, I'm actually taking it a bit easy this past few weeks. I normally read 5 books at once. This time I'm only reading 3, 4 if you include the audiobook. So I started out saying I was going to read Stormfront by Jim Butcher, but I ultimately decided to DNF that because I don't think the character of Dresden and I would get along very well, and I didn't want to invest more time with that character than I had to. Yeah, just, you know, the first 2 women, within minutes of meeting each of them, he describes them both in relation to cheerleaders. And then he's like, you're gonna hate me because I like treating a woman like she's a lady. And I'm just like, oh no, not one of these. I just wanted to like just shake my head and be like, if I can't get away from creeps like that in real life, I'm definitely gonna try and get away from creeps like that in my fictional reading. So yeah, I DNF'd that. And I chose another audiobook, which is Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick by Zora Neale Hurston. And it's a collection of her short fiction, short stories, and yeah, it was interesting. I listened to the introduction, mostly in the beginning. Well, I skipped it because it was starting to spoil the stories. I was just like, whoa, I think the story would be better if I didn't hear this. So, but it was interesting because it was explaining, you know, how they found these stories, why they were written, why Zora Neale Hurston wrote them, and about her place in the history of literature and stuff like that. And it was really fascinating getting to learn about her. One interesting thing I really learned about her is that she lied about her age by a decade so that she could finish her high school education, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, anyways, let's get on to these other books because I don't have much to say about that yet because I just, as I said, I just started it. I just got about like, well, I can't tell how far I am because it's an audiobook, but I'm partway just into the first story, called John Redding Goes to Sea. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Terry Pratchett, Moving Pictures, is one of the physical books I'm reading. 100 pages in? Yeah, I got 200 pages last night. And it's a Discworld. Basically, this tear in reality opens, and I think it's part of our world in Hollywood streaming in and making people want to be actors and be in movies and, you know, make them into these big huge, you know, blockbusters, I guess. You know, I wonder if he uses the term blockbuster. I can see that because the trolls are made of rocks, like blocks. They could be busting them. I hope that joke is in here somewhere. Yeah, but it's just a really fun, entertaining read. Of course. I'm still working my way through The Pale King by David Foster Wallace. I'm on page 118 in this. And I'm sticking with it. There was a moment there when I was just like, I don't know if I want to stick with it, but ultimately I looked at some reviews and the reason people stuck with it is because, you know, David Foster Wallace does have such a way with words. Like, he could be, like, you call him bro little, you call him all these things, but, like, he is a great writer. You can't deny it. The way he strings words together, just fascinating. I just read, like, 5 pages of this guy talking about, you know, IRS, what's the word? Changing the IRS, like, you know, reforms and stuff going on with taxes. And it was good. I was like, okay. And he was a little annoying too. But I think the whole point is that he wants you to be aware that you are reading a book. And he's doing that through some very obvious tricks in certain chapters, but in other chapters, like, this person that I was talking about the IRS, he says, like, type of thing, like, every 4 or 5 sentences. He's like, it's that type of thing, you know, or this type of thing. You know, I'm speaking, there are the conflicting versions as to just whom type of thing. And you're getting annoyed. And you're just like, that little twinge of like, oh my god, what's going on? You know, and makes you realize that, you know, you are reading a book, which is fascinating. I'm also reading A History of God by Karen Armstrong, and I got lots of tabs. There's some pages where it's like 3 or 4 tabs on one page. It is fascinating. So what this is a history of God. She's talking about how humans have impacted God. Talking a lot about the Old Testament right now. Talking about the influence of other religions on the formation of Judaism, and which is the formation, the beginning of Christianity and Islam as well. So talking about what we call the Old Testament, and the different prophets and everything, and how the historical context added to the flavor of God that they were showing. That's a really probably poor way of putting that, but I am finding it absolutely fascinating. Just like, let's see if there's anything here. The prophets had discovered for themselves the overriding duty of compassion, which would become the hallmark of all the major religions formed in the Axial Age. The new ideologies that were developing the oikoumene during this period all insisted that the test of authenticity was that religious experience be integrated successfully in daily life. It was no longer sufficient to confine observance to the temple and to extratemporal world of myth. After enlightenment, a man or woman must return to the marketplace and practice compassion for all living beings. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So that's it. I'm going to keep it to these 3 because it's been a very busy month so far. I do have other books on my TBR, but these 3 are just like what I'm reading at the moment, and I'll get to the other, I think there were 2 other books. There's Gathering Waters and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that were on my list. I think that was it. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe those were the other 2 on my list. So that's it for my Friday reads. This first Friday of December. Let me know what you're reading in the comments down below, and thank you for watching.